Here's a slideshow showing the patterns on the neck, diatonic patterns. Here's the empty neck. By diatonic, I mean in the same key together. We're going to start with the key of C because it has all white notes and it's the place we need to start. Here's a C note. Here's the next one. This is actually down from it, but we're going up the neck, so that's the pattern I'm taking. Here's the next one, up the neck. These last three of the four are an octave apart. Now we're adding the next one. It's actually going down 2 octaves from the last one, up an octave from the last one, up an octave from the last one, down an octave from the last one. Well, these are all C notes on the neck, the only ones on there, unless you have a neck with a lot of notes on it. Notice this little curved shape. The two at the bottom are 2 frets apart, the two at the top are 3 frets apart, and that is consistent on the neck. Whatever note you pick, it continues with that pattern. We're going to do it with G now. There's a G note with the C's. The C's are staying on there, and we're adding G because it's the 5th. Here's a G, another G, 2 octaves higher. I'm going up the neck is how I'm deciding what the next note is. This is an octave below the last one and an octave above the first one. Here's an octave above the last one. Now we're going to go down an octave. I'm going to show you the swooping thing, the arc. Now we're going to go down an octave. Now we're going to go up an octave. Now we're going to go up another octave. And we're going to add the last one, which is 2 octaves below the last one. Looks like I didn't put it in there. There it is. All C's and G's. Now we're going to add the E's, which makes a C major triad, C, E, and G. There's one, there's another one, here's another one. Keep your eyes peeled because you might miss it. There's another one. Octave higher shows the swooping, slanting kind of pattern that all the notes have. Or from one to the next it forms. It has to be it's in your mind. It's not really making any pattern. It just is there. Now we're going to add the B's. That's the 7th. So we got a root, a third, a fifth, and a 7th. This makes all the C major 7 chords. Octave higher. Octave higher. Two octaves lower. Octave higher. Octave higher. Octave lower. Now we're going to the D notes. That's the 9th. Here's the lowest D on the neck as far as closest to the nut. Here's octave lower. Octave higher. We're right now in the middle of one of those swooping patterns, and an octave higher. I don't think I drew it in on this one, but you got to start seeing them for yourself. 2 octaves lower. Octave higher. Octave higher. That makes that swooping pattern too. Now we're going to add the A notes. Lowest one on the neck, besides open, because I'm ignoring open here on purpose. 2nd fret, then the 5th fret, then 2 octaves below it on the same fret. An octave above it, you can see your A minor bar chord right in there. Octave higher. octave lower, octave higher. Find the swooping pattern in there somewhere. Sloping. Now we're going to add the F's. This is the final one, the least important note, I think. Well, some people say ignore it totally, but it has its uses. Here's the two lowest ones on the neck. There's an octave higher. Octave higher, there's a swooping pattern there. Octave lower. Octave higher. Here comes the swooping pattern. Octave higher. And we'll go down and pick up the next swoop by starting on the 6th string with an octave higher. And there it is. These are all the natural notes on the neck in the key of C, period. Now you're seeing the swooping pattern. Those are the C's. You need to see those when you look at the neck. This will help you immensely. Here's what I call 1 because it's the root. The C note is on the 6th and the 1st string. We really relate to those well. 2 is a whole step above that. The 3 fret, I mean, it could be played anywhere on the neck, but we're going to picture it here on the 12th fret. The 3 of the key of C. The 4 is in 2 places. It's 13th fret and the 1st fret because the neck repeats itself. 5 is on the 15th fret and the 3rd fret. I should say that backwards, 3rd and 15th. 4 is on the 5th fret. This is your blues scale. 7 is the final one before we're back to 1 again. Now I'm going to highlight just the straight lines. I want to know what kind of a mongoloid could not learn this pattern right here. Straight lines, every note, not skipping any. You can finger it any way you want to. You probably wouldn't play all these notes in this pattern, but you need to picture them in your mind. First thing you need to picture is that the 2 far apart ones are 5 frets or half steps apart. The close ones are 2 frets or a whole step apart. All those notes are in the key of C, and any key if you move it to the right fret. You just got to memorize these patterns. Lowest to the highest is 7 frets or a perfect 5th. Perfect 4th here. Now that's from each other. That's not really talking about 1. We're just measuring the distance between these elements. Now I'm adding 1 so you can see where it lies compared to 2, 3, and 6, the minor modes. 2 frets or a whole step from 1 to 2. Should play across those groups of 2 and 3 frets. There's 3. So you're seeing the different distances there. Now we're adding 4. It's in 2 places because every one, no matter what you kind of a neck, unless you only do 12 frets, is going to show up more than once. The distance from 1 to 4 is 5 frets or a perfect 4th. That's where it gets the term 4. 2 frets or a whole step, excuse me, from 4 to 5. 7 frets or half steps makes a perfect 5th from 1 to 5. There they all are. Now we got to figure out a way to memorize the non-straight ones. This is 1. It looks like to me the middle strings are 1 to the right. You can say it looks like a fat guy's nose or anything you want. Anything it reminds you of, memorize it that way. 2 and 3 are easy. A Cretan could do it. 4 I see as a pregnant lady. I don't know why. Lower stomach sticking out. Or you could say the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string are to the right one. 5 looks like a well-endowed woman. That's to a man. 1, or the third string is 1 to the right. 6 is a straight line, easy. Big nosed man looking backwards, I don't know. Something. However you see it. 2nd string to the left. It's the only one like that. Back to 1 again. Middle strings to the right.